Hey guys, Sid's here. Welcome to this interview. I'm here with Rohan Bharatchandra from Bangalore, who is a personal finance specialist, and he has been doing a lot of trainings in the offline world. And he had to make that transition. February, he got into the system February 2020. Within the last 60 days, he was able to achieve over 12.5 lakhs, digitizing his entire knowledge and now mentoring a community of over 400 people. So first of all, congratulations, Rohan. You have really pushed through and made this happen during these times. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Sid, and it's all because of your motivation and the model which I've tried to implement as much as possible.
Thank you. So, what has been your background like? I know you've been doing a lot of workshops in the offline world for quite some time. So, tell us what was the transition phase like? What was your activities before, and what made you to jump into this model?
We used to conduct offline programs, usually on personal finance and stock market investments. And they were physical programs where we asked people to enroll, register, and attend in an auditorium or in a hotel. And it was doing well for the last maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And last 1.5, 2 years, we could see some kind of a dullness in terms of the people turning up there due to a lot of problems, especially traffic and all these things. People are not able to attend, and I didn't really understand what I could do to change it because I didn't have any model in my mind, and I never thought that this kind of an online setup could reach a great stage, and I didn't have any background, so I had no belief in that. And so once by around January this year, it was really bad in terms of hardly anybody coming in because of so much of issues, and also the economy was started doing badly, so it was not a very good position to be in. So somehow I had been introduced to your name and what you do through a few of my friends, and so I took a look at your webinar, and in fact, I attended one webinar, I attended a second webinar, and then I said, okay, I think I'll go ahead and let's put this into implementation and put it into practice. So started it. Then I understood that okay, I can make a online course where people need not come in front of me; they can be wherever they are, whatever time, and I just teach them through the online portals. And now what's happened is I've been doing. I mean, I've made the online course. I just meet them once in 3 weeks for introducing new concepts and doubt clearing, etc. But I don't do any day every day. I don't have any sessions. Earlier, I used to have frequent sessions because otherwise there's no money coming in.
Yes. Awesome. So how long did it take for you to build all your systems? Because walk us through that part. Because from what you told me before is that you don't have, you're not a technical person. You have not built any of these things. It's like brand new information to you.
Absolutely.
Because how long did it take, and was it difficult for you?
See, February 7th, I just checked my emails, and February 7th was when you said welcome to the Freedom Business Model. I got the email once the payment was done, and you welcomed me. And so from then on, I at least got an idea that okay, I can start digitizing it. So what I did was I have a community of people where I write a personal blog in terms of a stock market blog, which goes to only on my past participants who have attended my workshop. So that was already, I have a community of about 3,000 people, and about 1,500 read it every day regularly.
Okay.
It's like a religious activity they do. So I pitched the idea. I initially did only a small 4-session, very small thing of 500 rupees for 500 rupees. And I just wanted to know whether I'm also good at doing this, as well as for them, there's a no-brainer because 500 rupees. And once they went through the course and the content was absolutely new, created fresh, and they also said, yes, this is really life-changing. We learned a lot of new things. Then I said, okay, I'm going to introduce another online course. Are you interested? So about 50-60% of those people again signed up for the higher level of the course I was doing on financial independence and financial management. So I didn't have any technical background. I'm a finance MBA, so I just know what a layman would know about computers and softwares. By March first week, I introduced this course where I did a live session for people, whoever had enrolled, because I didn't know how to record it and put it. And I'm a little shy on the camera. If there are 100 people, 500 people, I can talk the entire day. But in front of the camera with nobody in front, I have issues even now. So by March first week, I introduced this course and I had live sessions, about 6 sessions of 2 hours each. And this course was anyway recorded on the Demio platform, so it was there. So what I did was I put it on the Teachable, and then I started doing webinars, put Facebook ads, did webinars, and said this is a course, and I used to do live webinars, enroll them for the course. They go through the course, and now that's why there are 400 people going through the course on a daily basis. They keep logging in, and once in 3 weeks, I mentor them, and I meet them live just like this to clarify, to keep them motivated, etc. But it took about 1.5 months for me to actually get it online. In the meantime, I was just doing it live, just like it was just a supplement kind of a thing compared to the physical sessions. I was just doing online, but it was not recorded as such.
God, I really like your concept. Like, see, you did a first test group for a very low ticket,
Yes,
500
yes.
rupees, just to get a pulse of the market and to also build your confidence.
Yes.
And then that helped you build. So all of this online stuff, you have re-engineered the curriculum based on my curriculum design framework. You did that?
Yes.
Okay.
What I did was, in fact, I've still not got into the core product as such. I've just introduced a
level one,
which is again a very low ticket. It's only about 3,500 rupees. And I had seen one of your interviews where you said you slowly went on from about 1,000 rupees to 4,000-5,000 rupees.
Yeah, I gradually increased it. Yes.
Now it's about 8,000 plus GST, etc.
Yes.
So I thought that's a good model. So what I did was, it's 3,500 even now. But now I have the course which I used to do offline. That course is a higher level course, which is actually much more detailed. That will be slightly higher ticket. But again, I would probably give it at a lower rate for people who are already in my communities, because they've trusted me and they've really benefited from it. So I want to, it's my contribution from my contribution to them. And that's how I want to do it. But I have not actually had a second product. So the only one product, it's the current model is running on. So second product and third product will come. I'm going to start it in June. Probably the second product will be ready in terms of getting, again, Super. I will do a live session, and then I will take it from there and make it digital.
Awesome. I mean, that's the way to go. Like, the transition is like, just like how you went from 500 to 3,500, then you again get some insights and you build your 10,000, and then you eventually need to build at least a 50,000 to a lakh, in that range. Then that will give you like a superb, what do you say, ROAS, return on ad spends for the whole month.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So awesome. I think great to know that you have built all your systems on your own. Now, if I have to ask you to build a website, if I ask you to build a funnel, if I ask you to integrate systems, will you be able to do it on your own?
Yes, I can do that.
Amazing.
In fact, just to inform you and everybody watching, I have not automated most of the things yet. It's still manual. I have a staff, because I already had a guy who was working for me when I was doing online. So I give him a lot of the work, and he does it manually, because otherwise there's nothing else for him to do, in fact. So I don't want to, I mean, he's a guy who's been there for a long time. So he's a family member. So I just give him the manual work. He does the manual work, and I've still not automated. So I've still managed to keep the costs at a very low level, except for the webinar software and certain other things. I'm not really spending, except the ads and all these
ads. Fantastic. So tell us about your entire flow. You're doing how many webinars in a week? You're running Facebook ads into Demio straight away. I mean, what's your flow?
What I do is, I put the Facebook ad, and then I say that there's a webinar on a particular day, Sunday or Saturday, whatever time it is. And then when they click on the sign up or book now thing, they need to, automated, there is a fill up, their IDs and the details are filled up. And once they fill that up, there is one more step which I ask them to do, where they are taken directly to the Demio registration page.
Okay.
Where they type their name and email ID. That's what I'm asking for, because they already shared their details previously.
Okay.
And they sign up on their own. About 80% would do it on their own. 20% somehow miss it. So I manually get it added on the Demio, and then some reminders from Demio, some emails from my side. 2 webinars usually per week is what I've been doing about 1.5 months.
1.5 months. Yeah. So you've done 12.5 lakhs. So how much is the maximum that you've made in one webinar?
Approximately, I think around 1.25 lakhs. I think that
1.25
was. I think that was that was the one which had the maximum. But average, it is around 60,000-70,000.
60,000-70,000 you've been doing. Yeah. What is that feeling like? Your first webinar you did, and you saw the bank account fill or the InstaMojo account get filled. What is that feeling like?
Fantastic feeling. I mean, my parents were away. They were in another place, and my wife is with me, and the InstaMojo app was here, and I kept seeing people say initially for my community people, I had kept it at only about 2,300 rupees. So I kept seeing 2,300, 2,300, about 40 people registered on that one night. And my father on WhatsApp kept asking, have they paid? Have they paid? So because he thought that a lot of people show interest and they don't register for whatever reason. So have they paid? I said, they all paid. It's already come to the account. And he was shocked. He was happy. And he felt that finally there's something where we can do. We don't need to do it offline. We can do it online. We don't need to travel. We used to travel a lot of places all over India and sometimes to the Gulf for these programs. And they were doing well. But because of various issues, now everything's become digital. So now he also is very happy that we'll be doing online. He's also trying to have his modules. He's a success coach and a trainer from last 38 years. So he's also trying to get his modules on the Teachable, and we're going to try to bundle that together or make a separate course as well.
Fantastic. Father and son combo. That'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Superb. I think I was also watching a video by somewhere, one video online, that even the universities and the traditional schools, all of them are going to go bankrupt. And the only way forward is the rise of academies like this. The specialized knowledge, specialized training area. And you've been doing it for quite some time in the offline space. And now you're making it online, and you have like already 400 students. So tell us, what is your vision for the next 3 years, 5 years? Like, where do you see this going, this concept?
I'm sure that this concept as such, where you're teaching online in a structured way and you're having a kind of regular interaction with your mentor or teacher, whatever you want to call them, and you get motivated to take action. This kind of model is the only possible way, probably, because there's no more time for people to visit somebody. There's no more time for somebody to look for parking, and all these issues they're just gone. So somehow, luckily, this COVID issue and all this forced me into it. Probably otherwise I might have postponed it, because I was trying to get online probably about 1.5 years earlier. But what happens is we don't have a right system in place. So we are thinking to create a website, and we don't know how to get them to register, and all these things were, since you're already doing well offline, you don't really worry about it, and you say, okay, there's no issues right now. But once you're reaching a stage where you have to do it, otherwise you have no money coming in, that's the time you will be forced to take action. And that's what's happened to me, because 1.5 years earlier itself, I wanted to do, and I spent some money, created some website, and then not satisfied with it, I just left it like that, spent more than about 50,000, 80,000 on that, and no results basically. But I knew it's possible online, but no pathway. So you're just looking for things in the dark, you don't find anything.
And the amazing thing about this model is this, like, Rohan, we are speaking for the first time, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I've not even, met you in the physical world. I've not even interacted with you. You only attended the webinars, the live webinars that I do, but I don't know you personally. And this is the first time we are meeting, and the first meeting is where you're sharing with me your results.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is such a beautiful kind of a business model where, everyone, all your students can keep learning, and the only time they contact you is if you want to feature them in their results.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So in your whole model and methodology, like, do you also tell people like how to trade is one part, that stock market part, but you also give them like actions to do, or like group trading, stuff like that?
Not group trading. In fact, in this first module, I have not introduced them to stock markets. I've just introduced them to mutual funds, and I've introduced them to the broad principles they need to follow in terms of money management. Because I just got a mail about a few days back or 3 days back, and one guy says his salary is 90,000, his EMIs are 1,30,000, and I don't know how he got into that. And everybody knows that you spend the money which you have, and he's spending money which he doesn't have, and now he's saying, critical situation, please help me. This person he has Googled me from somewhere, and he just contacted me, and I said, there's nothing to do. You have to repay your loans. You made a mistake. Please understand that. So even though it may look simple that, oh yes, we need to save our money, we need to be keeping it careful, we need to save for tomorrow, we need to invest it well, I see that 90% of the people, they just have a feeling that they are really intelligent, what would I say? They know everything in the world, but implementation is absolutely zero. That's why they say knowing is knowing, doing is doing. They just feel, even the webinars, sometimes people come and say, oh, these are all things I know. And then I said, okay, if you know, that's fine. But I'm asking, if you know it, are the results showing for it? And then they say, I'm 45 years, I have about 20 lakhs of savings. And 20 lakh savings will not take you anywhere. And he thinks that 20 lakhs is a big amount. 20 lakhs is nothing at the age of 45. Somebody at the age of 30 will have 20 lakhs of savings. So they don't understand that the overconfidence with a lot of people is going to kill them, especially with finance management.
Absolutely. And it's like, they have that knowledge, but it is not the ego there. They think over intelligence.
Absolutely. And many people after the course, they email me and they say, yeah, I knew all these things, but I never started implementing them. Now I've started implementing them. And then I feel bad that I should have started implementing this about 10 years back.
And this was the same scenario with me. I had the ego because I was in internet space for 5-6 years. I thought, okay, I knew funnels, I knew this, I knew that, but it was not reflecting my bank account. My income was still stuck. And only when I dropped that ego, surrendered, followed one system, one mentor, things started to change. So all of you watching this, if you're watching this, and if you're, you may be watching many of my interviews like this with all the different people, you think, maybe, this is just, when you assume things, it does not work. You have to now step in, drop that, be open to learning. And that's where things will start to change. And I'm sure that's what's happened even with you. Like, if that does not happen, then the other thing that will happen is you'll be pushed in against the wall and you have to do it. It's like, a do or die situation. COVID is one such example. Many industries are going through a major transition right now.
Yes.
Awesome. So you from a investment stock market guy, I want to pick that side of the brain. So where are you investing now? And where do you think things are moving in the next few?
See, I've been personally investing for the last 8-9 years, ever since I did my master's in Australia and came back. And so about 9 years after that, my major investments, let's say 75-80% is in stock markets, and only the other savings which my wife has, etc., which while she was working, in fact, she's a dancer now, she's a chartered accountant, but a dancer. So she doesn't earn what she would earn as a chartered accountant. So only her money is in PPF and the bank FD, etc. Everything else, whatever, even the money which I've been saving now from doing these workshops, major amount goes every month into stock market investments, so that probably a few years later, the corpus is so big that I don't even need to even look at anything. I just keep spending till the age of 85-90, and there'll be no worry about money at all. So I try to create that corpus as early as possible. If somebody is wanting to invest, they need to start investing a small amount, whether it's mutual funds or stock market, some amount every month. You earn every month. You save you spend some money every month. You should also be saving every month. Many people, what they do is they wait for some 1 lakh to get accumulated, then they start investing. That's not the way. Put some small amount, even if it's 5,000, 3,000 every month. That is better than you waiting for a chunk of money. Many times when I ask my own friends, my college friends, and I say, are you investing? They say, let me have more money and then I'll start investing. You're investing to have more money, not because you have more money. So you need to start investing a small amount. That's fine.
Fantastic. It makes so much of sense. Even my mentor Vicky gave that formula, TWCGO, like tax, wealth, charity, operations. So for me, what was that wealth is where I put it into multiple, different splinters, be it stocks, mutual, liquid, multiple, gold, all that stuff. So that's the way. Managing money, it's such an important thing, right? Because that actually helps you make more money.
Absolutely. And one more thing which I've realized is we all go to school for about 18-20 years, school and college, 18-20 years, to do one thing, to learn how to earn money. It could be being an engineer, being a doctor, being a businessman. But we don't understand that we need to learn how to manage that earned money. And if you don't learn that, the money, hard earned money which you're getting, just goes down the drain in wrong investments, taking some, investing in wrong places, giving loans to the wrong people, or doing things which are not supposed to be done. And after you make the mistake, that's the time you feel, I shouldn't be doing it. But by that time, your money and your time is wasted, and it's very difficult to get back. When I do offline programs, the average age of people coming is 41 years.
Okay.
He's been in the corporate life, etc., for 20 years. And now he's feeling I should start investing. 40, 45 is on the higher end in terms of the age. They're already in a cricket match. If it's a 20-over game, he's already spent 12 hours without scoring runs. It's very difficult to score runs in the last 8 hours and think you're going to set a good target for others or for yourself for that matter. So it's something which is basic, and I see my target group is actually somewhere between 25 to 45, but I see most people between 30 to 45 attend, because somebody at 25 is very, very attracted by the iPhone and the new bikes and the new cars, without understanding that if I can sacrifice it, maybe by 35, I need not work anymore. I can sit at home and I don't need to be forced to step out of home because of work and because of money.
Makes a lot of sense. And I think that's the missing piece in our education system. And I think if that is inculcated at a younger age,
somewhere on 11th and 12th, it should be inculcated. Even the basics, just to understand and what's happening is our previous generation don't know about it because they never had these kind of options. And so there's no example in front of you. Right. Your example is putting in FDs. Your example is putting in a post office deposit. Your example is putting in gold. And if you have a large amount, you're going to put in property.
Right.
And that's not working in this
It's
era.
A new era now. Yes.
Yeah, this is 2020 matches. You can't play like a test match and you say I will keep it in the bank FDs. Bank FDs are basically going to lose money. But they say I'm looking for safety. In fact, I keep telling people the biggest risk in life is you not taking any risk. You need to take some risk, some calculated risk, and they don't do that.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. I think this is a very good topic that you're doing, and you've been serving this community. And I think that's really going to create an impact over the next few years, many years to come. So now back to in the model that when you start to implement my Freedom Business model, when you start to digitize all this knowledge that you have, what were the top 3 things that really impacted you the most in terms of your growth in this particular model? What are the top 3 factors I wanted to know from your side?
See, what this model does is it gives you one kind of a structure where you say you have 3 levels of courses, or even if it's 1 level, but you need to have this, and you need to probably do webinars, and you need to be able to give them the value. For example, when my recorded content is almost 15 hours. I'm charging only 3,000 rupees. It's so cheap. But I believe that if they can see value at the 3,000, they know that I am really doing more of a service than even actually making money out of whatever I'm doing. Byproduct is money, but then the value which they're getting, the kind of follow-up which I'm doing with them is not, they don't get it so easily. Nobody's going to keep motivating them on a daily basis,
right,
and clearing their problems, etc. So that structure is not in place. Most of the times, if you don't have this model in place, you don't know that there is something where I have to create 3 products. I need to do a webinar for that. And then I need to run ads before people show up for the webinars. And then I have some automated things so that I can keep in touch. In terms of the Teachable is such a platform where I can see them log in. I can send them messages from there.
Yes.
And I don't need to be there live all the time, and they still get the information. I can record some programs and just put it there, and they can watch it at their convenience. So this broad framework, the entire framework is something which is required for all coaches, all
right, coaches. So that was the structure is what you benefited the most.
Yes.
And of course, which system to implement, how to integrate.
Yes.
Facebook ads, are you running it on your own?
Yeah, absolutely running everything on my own. Absolutely running everything.
You learned it from the scratch going through my Facebook traffic.
Learned it from scratch. Of course, a lot of scope for improvement. It's been 1.5 to 2 months, but I'm learning, and it should be better in the coming days in terms of the response.
It'll always improve. You don't start with normally you don't start with the 6 in this particular thing. You got to defend a few times, and your score will be low.
So I don't feel bad. I feel okay. I'm learning. If this time doesn't do well as I expected, okay, there's the next time which I will improve upon and do better.
Yes. Awesome. So great. It was a super interview, Rohan. Congratulations on achieving this result. And you're just getting started. Yeah. And I think you also you're in a topic where you're helping a lot of people solve that area in the marketplace. And all of you watching, the reason why Rohan is getting results is because he's solving a big problem. And the bigger the problem that you can solve, the bigger the money that you can make. Because many people watching this may also think like some of them are not getting results so far. Some of them are not making so much money. So it also has to do with the problem that you're solving. Because I've also noticed many people, they have the knowledge. They say, I have 25, 30 years experience in this. And they want to approach the whole thing from their view, not from the other side. When you flip the whole thing from the other side and what is the problem in the market and you solve that, that's where the conversions actually go much faster. That's where Rohan, 12.5 lakh, 60 days, it's amazing. And it's just getting started. So if you guys want to know more about Rohan, my YouTube channel description, go and check it out. I've given a link to his websites. Go and check it out. If you want to implement this particular model, what Rohan has implemented, go to sids.co/formula. There's a link below. You can go to that link, go and check it out, jump into the bandwagon, start to set up your systems and make things happen. And before we leave, Rohan, based on your experience, based on you taking over like your father, all your dad's experience, your family, all the years that you have spent, if you have to bring it down to one success principle, what would that success principle be for anyone to be successful in their life?
I think it's perseverance, because initially when I joined my father, I was not so confident of things because I was new to it. He was a master because doing it for 30 years. And slowly, I mean, the first few years, I never found that I could do it. And I didn't find the kind of the skills which I thought I didn't have the skills. And as I kept doing more programs, it became, I mean, it's almost like it's just automatic. You're not even consciously speaking. It just comes out. It's speaking from your heart. You're trying to make people understand that it's important. You're trying to teach them. It's almost like your children are teaching them in that way. So perseverance is just like compounding. I mean, money compounds, your efforts compound, your skills also compound. The more you keep doing it, one day, at probably after 5 years, it's suddenly everything comes back and you get the benefits. Till then, it looks like you're wasting time.
Small incremental growth.
Yes. As you said, Atomic Habits, 1% improvement per day. It may not be 1% improvement per day. It may be 1% improvement per year. But one day after 5 years or so, it's going to all compound back, and the rewards are going to be something which you'll be happy about.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So the miracle of compounding, that is the secret.
Yes.
Awesome. So thank you all so much. If you found this interview useful, just share in the comments on what was your key takeaway or key learning. We would love to read them on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching this. And Rohan, congratulations once more, and looking forward to interviewing you next time after you cross 1 crore.
Yes, hopefully
Yes.
very soon.
You will. Yeah,
Yes.
you will do it. All the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.